Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my longtime friend Dave Waldman with us. Hey Dave, welcome to the show.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Living the dream every day, brother. No other options. So Dave, let's talk a little bit about the impact on your business of the coronavirus. What's happening for you?
Things have slowed down. The truth is that most of what I provide, I'm a videographer, most of what I provide is not essential. I'm not a plumber, I'm not an auto mechanic, so my projects tend to be put on the back burner. So I'm doing what I can to try to maybe make what I do a little bit more relevant, if you will.
But now, David, wouldn't this be a good time for people who maybe want to do some conversions?
It would be a great time for conversion. So rather than what can I do in spite of the Corona situation, I'm trying to figure out what can I do that will help people in light of the Corona. And one of the things is the conversions. One of the products I offer, the services I offer, is taking all your old VHS tapes, taking your camcorder tapes and digitizing that so that you can watch it again. And this is a perfect opportunity. People are home, they're sitting around by themselves, they've got nothing to do, they're gonna start cleaning out their closets. And when they clean out their closets, they're gonna maybe come across these videotapes. I can show up at your house. I offer free pickup and delivery anyway. That's my normal business model. So I can show up at your house, I can pick them up off your deck or your porch. You never have to come near me. We can do the whole thing and still be socially distancing. And then again, you know, I can still book weddings. I can still talk on the phone. But there are some products, you know, on the personal side at least, the treasured memory side of what I do, that obviously will have to wait. Video biographies with your grandfather will probably have to wait.
Well, that's why I was thinking of you, because I've seen a lot of posts like, okay, there's nothing left to clean in the house now. You know, I've gone through the whole house. But again, that's when you typically find those, when you start cleaning out that closet you haven't thought of in years. Like, what are these tapes, you know? So good opportunity to get caught up.
The other thing on the treasured memory side is photo montages. If you've got an anniversary or something coming up, you can email me the photos, or I can come pick them up from you, again, social distancing, and that's something else that I can do during these times. So just because, you know, someone's 40th birthday is coming and you wanted to put together something for them, it's, you know, we can still do that.
So let's talk about both sides of the business. Let's go for B2B video first. Tell us a little bit about what you do as part of B2B video.
So typically, B2B video solutions is what the video you'd use to market your small business. So it could be about our company, meet our team, video testimonials. If you're giving a live presentation, maybe in front of a Rotary Club and you want to have that videotaped to show your expertise. These are things, obviously, that I can't do right now. We're not gathering, nobody's speaking live. But if you did have the foresight to have yourself videotaped, this is the time to be using that video.
True.
So as far as what we're doing right now, what we're going through right now, one of the things I do is real estate video. And real estate virtual tours are usually reserved for the higher end properties.
Yep.
But now, because basically open houses are being cut back or eliminated completely, you don't want dozens and dozens of people walking through your house. You only want the ones who are serious. They're doing them for lower end properties. It's not unusual to do now a virtual tour for a $300,000 house. So to help with that, basically I have cut the price of that product by about 40%. Because I understand that the realtor isn't going to get the same payback on a lower value house. So I'm trying to kind of help that out. And then the other thing is, again, photo montages. I can still edit. We can still, I just saw a video earlier that a marketing company did that was pretty much all stock footage. And there's a lot of stock footage out there. And, you know, that's a great way to do video right now. And if you wanted to have a sense of humor about it, I'm not opposed to, you know, we'll walk out in a field and, you know, I'll stand 200 yards away from you and I'll videotape you in the field, and we'll talk about how you're social distancing, or we'll have two of you out in the field and you'll be at opposite sides, and you know, and we'll make a joke about how you're social distancing, but you can still get your message across.
I really think the idea of people doing video tours is going to stay with us. You know, it's just, to me, it's an efficient way, you know, as people are busy. If, like I said, like, I'm not sure if that's the house for me, you know, hey, I can watch a quick video and go, yeah, it is. And I call my realtor. To your point, now I am serious. I'm not just like, oh, David, I want to see every house in this town in the $350,000 price range. Grab the video. Yep, it's definitely what I'm looking for. I think it's a better way
Right. It is. But the challenge there is, if, you know, it's the ROI. If the house is going to fly off, if the house is going to fly out in a week,
Yep.
it might not be worth it.
Right.
If the house isn't going to make you enough of a commission, it might not be worth it. So you've just got to weigh that ROI.
Right. Yeah. Always, unfortunately. All right, let's go to the other side. Treasured Memories video. Tell me what you do now.
So Treasured Memories, typically what I do is, that's the video you'd use on your personal side, on your, you know, for your personal life. So that would be weddings, events, again, the video biographies where you sit down with mom or dad or grandpa and turn on the camera and talk to them. And I guess, yeah, just to reiterate, on the Treasured Memories side, I forget, I'm not mirror image here.
Yeah.
On the Treasured Memories side, again, it would be the transfers would be a big part of it. The photo montages. If you've got home movies, this would be a great time to pull all those home movies out and say, you know, can you edit that stuff for me and make it, you know, make it look nicer, cut out the garbage, cut out all of that. You know, it's not a good time to be sitting down in a room, especially with older people. Weddings are being canceled, events are being canceled, I understand. But a few days ago, I booked a wedding for October. So it's certainly a time to be talking to me. We can do what we're doing right now. I can meet with brides over Skype. We can certainly do all the key, you know, checking me out and talking and getting to know me, and all of that preliminary can all be done right now.
Makes perfect sense. But we've talked about this 100 times. I really love the memories part. You know, I wish I would have known you when my parents, my, you know, grandparents, because, you know, we never thought about it when we were kids.
Right.
You know, the things you don't know about your parents or your grandparents, or just future generations who weren't even ever lucky enough to meet them, to just sit down and just, you know, they may think, oh, who cares what I did for work, or, you know, just growing up. But just to capture that and have your parents on video, you know, sharing memories that your babies may be able to watch someday.
Right.
We joke, you know, nobody likes that more than I do, because I wasn't smart enough to do it. So, like I said, you should really consider that.
You've heard the story, I'm sure, several times, because we've done this more than once. It really started with my grandmother, and my mother called me, and this is before I was doing video for a living. My grandmother was visiting, and she was 90, and my mom said, I want to videotape grandma, because I wasn't a professional, but I was the family videographer. We videotaped grandma. She passed away less than a year later. And a year or two after that, my father contracted cancer, and he had 4 grandkids at the time. 3 of them were 3-year-old, and one was a 6-year-old. And he knew he wouldn't be around. So the last time I went to visit him before he passed away, he said, bring your video camera. And that's kind of what got me on that path. It's actually what got me on the path to being a videographer professionally.
No, like I said, to me, it's a real big deal, because it's about the next generation who, you know, just never had the pleasure of getting to meet your dad. So right. Dave, how can people reach out to you? How can they learn more, my bud?
So I've got basically one website that will lead you to both of these, is davidwaldman.com. So DavidWaldman.com. If I were smart, I would have had it on this background graphic. And that, when you get there, it's basically a landing page for either side of the business.
Awesome. Dave, really appreciate taking a few minutes to jump on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you for being my friend.